Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. As you can see, I'm just starting off with a bit of legs. So my first exercise I'm doing, as you can see, is split lunges. My back foot is resting on the bench. So what I'm doing with this one, I want to make sure when I go down, that I go all the way down till my back knee or almost touches the ground. You can't really see here properly, but you basically want to go down to your back knee, almost touches the ground. You don't want to have your front foot too far back, otherwise your knee will come over your toes a little bit. You want to have it so your knees maybe just go in line with your toes vertically, but no further. And don't go too fast, control the movement, and that will be working the hamstrings and the quads and a little bit of the glutes as well. Next exercise, as you can see, is sissy squat. So I'm using sissy squat machine here. I'm also holding a dumbbell. I think the weight I've got is about 30 or 31 kilos there. And with a sissy squat, you want to go down all the way down. So literally till your hips are horizontally in line with your knees. So go all the way down. Then you can stand up. You don't need to stand completely all the way up to lock your knees out. You can keep a slight bend in the knee just so you keep tension on the quads the entire time. But for this one as well, you want to go nice and slow, control the movement, and do not go too fast. If you do, it will make it a hell of a lot easier. And with bodybuilding, you're trying to make it as hard as you can for yourself for an exercise. That's how you get the full activation of the muscles, the quads. Okay, so as you can see in the next one here, so I'm doing another set. You'll see I'm going all the way down again. It's a slightly different angle, and I go up nice and slow. As you can see, I've got the weight in front of me. You can have the weight behind you if you want to, like a bar on your back, or hold dumbbells, whichever one you prefer. Personally, I do prefer having a weight in front of me. I don't know why, I just, for some reason, do prefer it. But everyone's different. As you can see, I just dropped the weight there, so I'm doing a drop set. So try and do as many reps as I can straight after dropping the weight and go to absolute failure, pushing my body to limit, absolutely exhausting the quads. So next one, I can see this one is a little bit different. So what I've got, I'm doing like a leg extension, single leg extension. So I'm sitting on like a little stool there. As you can see, I've got a ankle attachment around my ankle with the clips around it. And I've got an attached to a band. And that band is actually attached to my sissy squat. So that sissy squat is actually on the ground just behind, like next to the camera. And it's basically attached around there just to keep the band in place, just so when I sit down I can do leg extension like this. So as you can see, when it is a leg extension like that, it is progressive tension. So what I mean by progressive tension is that as you go up, as you do the movement, it gets harder and harder. So with a band, it is progressive tension because as you go up or go against the band, it gets harder and harder because the tension of the band is much greater. And as you can see, I'm putting my hands on my legs, on my quads, just so I can feel the muscle working, feel the muscle activating, and trying to squeeze the quads as much as I can. And for this one, I can only do single leg, just because I can't really do both legs at the same time. I don't obviously have a proper leg extension, and it's a bit awkward otherwise. Okay, next one is standing leg curl. So it's very similar to what I just did, but instead just basically get off the stool and basically stand the other way. Keep the one leg that's on the ground, keep it completely still. You have a very slight bend knee, that's fine. But the other leg that's moving, you want to try and keep both your knees next to each other, and the movement is in the lower portion of the leg from the knee to the ankle. And you curl your leg up, all the way up to about 90-degree angle, trying to squeeze the hamstrings as much as possible, and then back down. And when you're going back down, try to keep your knee very slightly bent. Don't straighten completely. Keep a slight bend in the knee, just so you can keep the tension on the hamstring the entire time. If you do lock it out, you'll be resting the hamstring too much, so keep a very slight bend. And when you go up, trying to squeeze the hamstrings as much as you can, trying to exhaust them. So when you're trying to squeeze it, as you can see, my hands there are on my hamstring to help it activate even more. And with this exercise, you want to make sure, as I said, when you do squeeze it, because it is lighter weight than I would usually use, much lighter weight, so I can do probably a lot more reps than I'll be able to do otherwise. So you want to make sure you try to squeeze as much as possible, keep your body still as possible as well. Try not to swing your body and try not to push your bum out backwards too far. Trying to keep your hips forward, squeeze your glutes if you can as well, and that help you activate your hamstrings. When you squeeze the glutes doing this exercise, the hamstrings automatically activate as well. Okay, so now the last exercise is just some calf raises. So as you can see, I've just literally raised up the back of the bench, just of my bench, and just standing on the edge of it like that. I'm holding the dumbbell. Again, it's about 30 or 31 kilos there on the dumbbell. Doing single leg, one at a time. Go down, all the way down to the basically my back heel is on the ground, or literally very slightly off, just nearly touching the ground. And then you come up, trying to squeeze the calves as much as possible. So when doing this, you want to make sure that you go full range of motion. That's important with calves, full range of motion. You don't want to be doing little mini steps and going too fast. Nice and slowly, feel the muscle working, and you'll get big calves like that. Alright, it's only a quick voiceover on this one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this, and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so I've just finished my workout now. I just want to show you a couple of new things that I got, and I think that will be coming as well. So I don't know if you saw, but I've actually got some new flooring on the ground. So I've just got some matting, which I'll show you now. So I don't know if you can see there, just different mats. As you can see, it's quite soft, but it's much better for me when training. Reason for that is because, for example, if I drop the weight a little bit, like dumbbells, if I'm doing like dumbbell pressing or anything like that, there's less chance of the dumbbell breaking, because it's basically more against the concrete. So I just got that. It's got quite a lot of it. It's covered about maybe 2/3 of the garage, which I'm happy about. Got that. It's quite soft, but it does seem a bit more spongy than I actually originally probably wanted. Because it does seem to leave marks when I put the bench down or put weights down. Does seem to leave marks, like indents basically. But maybe that'll just go after time. And another thing I got is also a landmine. So I'll show you that as well. So as you can see there, I got a landmine. So this landmine, you can see, you can put my barbell in there, put some weight on top of like a dumbbell, or you can put a smaller bar, 1-inch bar there, either way. The good thing about the landmine is that now I can do T-bar rows, which is really good. So I put the bar in there, add the weight on one side, do T-bar rows. But the thing about that, I do actually have a V-bar attachment for it on the way. But annoying enough, I did order it from Amazon, and for some reason last week they sent me something completely different. They sent me ankle attachments. I don't know why I haven't got confusion or whatever. But they sent me ankle attachments, so I've sent them back, and hopefully soon, maybe within the next few days, I will be getting the V-bar so I can do the T-bar rows and maybe other landmine stuff, maybe like shoulder press as well with it. Okay, I just want to go through a few things. First thing I want to say is that about my competition I was going to do. So the competition I was going to do was going to be on the 6th of June, and it was going to be by Two Bros, was the federation. But unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to do that, just because the whole of the UK is in lockdown, and my prep would start in like beginning, I think it was the 1st or the 2nd of March, which would be make a 14-week prep. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to do that, because as I said, all the gyms are closed, and I do not want to start my prep in when I'm training at home, when I won't be able to train as good as possible, and I don't have all the cardio equipment as well. So I'm just going to put it back instead, do one maybe either later on in the year, or maybe do it next year instead. I have maybe lost not a lot, but maybe a little bit of muscle during lockdown. Well, first of all, obviously I've been able to train properly, because I've only got stuff at home. I've got a decent amount of stuff at home, but I haven't got the amount of stuff obviously or the amount of weight I would have in a gym. So yeah, and I also haven't been eating quite as much, because obviously I haven't been moving as much, been in lockdown, so I haven't been going to work or anything like that. So yeah, I will probably do one probably next year, if not hopefully earlier, the beginning of the end of this year, if there's any available. But yeah, it's annoying. I wish I would be able to do a competition sooner. I was ready for it really, but I want to put on, as I said, a bit more muscle, my muscle back on that I think I may have lost and get back to normal and hard training again before I stop my prep. Okay, next thing I just want to say is that I did actually get a parcel that came. It literally just came about 2 minutes ago. So the good thing about it is that I was actually talking about the thing I wanted to get, which I ordered, and it came something else instead. The V-bar handle, which I said I ordered. So I've got it here, it's all actually packaged up. So I've got it here. So now I can do T-bar rows. So with my Landmine and the barbell, do T-bar rows, which would be very good. And maybe if I want to put it on the cable that attaches to my pull-up bar to maybe pull downs and things like that way as well. So I'm glad I got this now. Finally came. It took a while, but it has come. Alright, so, I think I'm probably going to end the video here anyway. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Please comment if you want to see anything in particular as well. And please subscribe. Thank you for watching.